Hello guys, we're going to be doing our study guide on box and whiskers and the quadratic equation and solving with square roots. So the first thing on your study guide is box and whiskers. Now I have a big copy of it. I printed out a smaller copy of this for you, and if you want the big copy you just need to go to my website and print out. That's what I have on my website. The first question is asking about which of the following is true. So something really important to remember about box and whiskers is we know 5 key things. We know we have these whiskers, this box, and this other whisker over here. We know this is our lower extreme, so the lowest value. We have our upper extreme, so our highest value. We have right here in the middle the median, not to be confused with the mean, that is your median. It's right in the middle of all your data. And then right here we have our lower quartile and our upper quartile. So a lot of the multiple choice we see are going to be using those words. So be on the lookout for those. And let's get started. The first one says which of the following is true. So the range, so that's our upper extreme minus our lower extreme, is 15. Well, let's check it out. Our upper extreme is 100. And we're going to subtract our lower extreme, which is 65. And that is 35, not 15. So I know that one's false, so I can mark that one off. Next one, it says mean. Well, did you notice I didn't say anything about the mean? That's a trick. Multiple choice answer right there. Box and whiskers do not tell you anything about the mean, so anything it says about the mean you can just mark off right away. Next one says the highest score was a 90. That would be our upper extreme, but I see that we got 100 as our highest score. So that one's also wrong. And that final one, D, must be the right one. A median is 85. So there's my line in the middle of my box, and it is right on 85. So that is my median. So D is correct. For number 2, it's asking us to compare 2 box and whiskers. And it says, based on the data in these box and whiskers, which statement is true? So another one where we're looking for something true. First one says the tallest student in the class is a girl. So that would be our upper extreme. Here's our tallest over here. That is our upper extreme, and that is in fact a girl. So that one, it looks like that's going to be our answer, but let's double check the rest. The range of the boys' heights is greater than the range of the girls' heights. You can visually see this one. You don't have to do any subtraction. Look how much wider our girls are than our boys. Our boys have a pretty narrow range right here. Our girls are very wide, so they have a wider range. So we can go ahead and mark that one off. That one is false. The shortest student in the class is a boy. That is false. Here it is, your lower extreme. Your lowest extreme is over here with the girls. So another false one. That says the median height of the girls is greater than the median height for the boys. Here's our girls. Here's our boys. Our boys are higher up that number line, so they are actually the greater one. So that one's false. So our final answer there was indeed A. Let's look at the back of that, which is still the front page of yours, if you have the printed one I gave you in class. And this one says to compare Taylor Pond with Willow Pond. And our question says the lengths of the fish from Willow Pond have A, so we're looking at Willow Pond. And A says lower quartile equal to, so there's our thing, equal to the lower quartile for Taylor Pond. So let's look at our lower quartile. Oh, look at those. Those are both. Here's 10, so that's 9. This one's also 9. I think we found the right answer already, because they are equal. Let's double check the rest of them. Does Willow Pond have a greater range than Taylor Pond? Well, Willow Pond, you can see, is shorter than Taylor Pond, so we're going to say no to that one. Mean, mark it out. That's our trick thing. And then median equal to 12 inches. Well, right here I've got 10, so that one must be 11. Over here I've got 10, 11, 12. Taylor Pond is 12, but Willow Pond is 11. So I think they just try to trick you by looking at the wrong graph there. So that one's not D. So it must be A, the only one that is true there. Next one says, what is the lower quartile in the box and whisker plot? And all we need to be looking for is this lower piece right here. And that's at 60, so that's our lower quartile. So lower quartile is on the lower side of your box. Number 5 says which is most likely the range of the data. So we need the highest and the lowest. So our upper extreme minus our lower extreme. So I've got 29 minus 15, that is 14. So we can pick C for that one. Next box and whisker question says, what could be the missing from Jim's plot right here? So he messed up what he was doing, and we've got to find something missing. Well, I've got my lower extreme, I've got my lower quartile, I've got my upper quartile, and my upper extreme. So the only thing I didn't mention was that bar in the middle. That is our median. Which of the following is not a necessary calculation for box and whiskers? We already talked about that one. The trick, the mean. They don't tell you anything about the mean. Number 8, what is the upper quartile for the box and whiskers? So we're looking at right up here, upper quartile, and that's sitting at 70. Then we've got one that says, what is the interquartile range? So the difference between the range and our interquartile range is just where we're looking on our graph. So our range is the whisker to the whisker. Our interquartile range is just our 2 quartiles, so this box part. So we're going to say this 88, they already pulled out the number for us, and the 63, we're going to subtract them, and we're going to get 25. So we should pick D for that one. Number 10 says, what percentage of people who attended the workshop were above or equal to 5 years old? So for box and whisker plots, it's important to remember that this is broken evenly, even when it doesn't look it, into 25%. So into even quarters. They're called quartiles. And we want to look at 5 years old or above. So from here and above, hey, that's my entire graph this time. So I can say 100% of it. So all of these together. So you add them up. Usually it doesn't ask for the whole thing. Usually it might ask from maybe 5 to 17. And then you would say 25%. The next one says, what is the range of the prices displayed in the box and whisker plot? So I'm right there, number 11. What is the range of the prices displayed? And that is our highest, so our upper extreme, 65, minus our lower extreme, so 15, and that is 50.